From Elvis to Bowie, rock and roll has always been about breaking boundaries. But before these legends, there were trailblazers who not only shaped the music we love, but challenged society's norms in more ways than one. Let's dive into the untold stories of 10 iconic female rock stars and their queer identities. 1. Sister Rosetta Tharpe, the godmother of rock's hidden truth. Picture this, it's the late 1930s, and a fearless woman wielding an electric guitar is about to change music forever. Sister Rosetta Tharpe wasn't just another gospel singer, she was the architect of rock and roll itself, laying down the foundation for a musical revolution that would echo through generations. Born with an extraordinary gift, Rosetta began playing guitar at just 4 years old, developing a unique style that would later influence legends like Chuck Berry and Keith Richards. Her groundbreaking approach to gospel music, infused with what would later be recognized as rock and roll elements, set her apart from anyone else in the industry. In 1938, at age 28, Tharpe recorded her first hits, including the revolutionary Rock Me. Her performances at Carnegie Hall's From Spirituals to Swing concert, accompanied by boogie-woogie pianist Albert Ammons, are now considered some of the first rock and roll recordings in history. With her signature guitar style and powerful vocals, she'd proudly declare, "Can't no man play like me, I play better than a man." And she wasn't exaggerating. While her musical genius was on full display, Sister Rosetta's personal life remained carefully guarded. After 2 marriages, including one to a preacher at age 19, she found love in an unexpected place. Enter Mary Knight, her musical partner and secret romantic companion. Together, they toured the country, creating hits like Up Above My Head, while maintaining their relationship away from the public eye. Their partnership was revolutionary, 2 queer black women in a relationship, touring and performing together in the late 1940s. It was more than just making music. It was a quiet rebellion against the social norms of their time. Though their romantic relationship ended in 1950, their musical legacy lived on. The story reached a spectacular finale when Sister Rosetta married her manager, Russell Morrison, in 1951. The wedding, held in a Washington, D.C. baseball stadium, drew over 20,000 paying spectators and was even recorded as a live album, a testament to her enduring star power, even as she kept certain parts of her identity hidden from the world. 2. Queen Latifah, the queen of rap's journey to authenticity. When discussing powerful voices in music who've shaped not just sound, but culture itself, Queen Latifah stands as a towering figure. Rising from humble beginnings as a beatboxer for Ladies Fresh and a member of Flavor Unit, she would become one of hip-hop's most influential voices, particularly in challenging the genre's misogynistic tendencies. Her 1989 debut single, Wrath of My Madness, sent shockwaves through the industry, becoming a sampling goldmine for future artists. But it was her 1993 hit, Unity, that truly showcased her revolutionary spirit, fearlessly addressing misogyny in hip-hop culture with lyrics that still resonate today. As she evolved artistically, Latifah seamlessly transitioned into soul and jazz, proving her versatility as a performer. While her musical and acting career soared, Queen Latifah maintained a dignified silence about her personal life for decades. Unlike the pressure-filled coming-out stories of other celebrities, she chose to live authentically on her own terms. The media buzzed with speculation, particularly after photos emerged in 2010 showing her embracing her rumored girlfriend on a yacht. It wasn't until the 2021 BET Awards that Latifah finally shared her truth with the world. In a touching acceptance speech, she expressed love for her partner and their son, marking a significant moment in both her personal journey and LGBTQ+ representation in hip-hop culture. 3. Lesley Gore, the teen pop sensation's hidden story. Before Madonna, before Cyndi Lauper, there was Lesley Gore, a teenage phenomenon who captured America's heart with hits like It's My Party and You Don't Own Me. Born in 1946 to a wealthy New Jersey family, Gore's journey to stardom began with local performances and singing lessons. Her big break came through a chance encounter at the Prince George Hotel, where Mercury Records president Irving Green discovered her raw talent. Paired with legendary producer Quincy Jones, Gore recorded several demos that would launch her into stardom before she even turned 17. But beneath the polished exterior of this teen idol lay a deeper story, one of navigating fame while keeping her true identity hidden from a society not yet ready to accept it. Gore's journey, much like Queen Latifah's, would become a testament to the power of living authentically, even if that meant waiting for the right moment to share your truth with the world. By 1964, It's My Party had climbed to the top of the charts, establishing Lesley Gore as America's sweetheart. But behind the polished facade of teen pop stardom lay a more complex story. Gore later revealed she had always been attracted to both boys and girls, but it wasn't until her time at Sarah Lawrence College that she felt safe enough to explore her true identity, away from the unforgiving spotlight of fame. Her coming out story, however, wasn't entirely on her terms. In the early 1970s, an anonymous letter arrived at her parents' doorstep revealing that their daughter had been seen leaving a gay and lesbian bar. But Gore, now in her early 20s and more confident in herself, chose not to deny the truth. Instead, she embraced it, beginning a new chapter of living openly and authentically. 4. The Empress of Blues, Bessie Smith's legacy. Standing 6 feet tall and commanding any room she entered, Bessie Smith wasn't just a blues singer, she was a force of nature. Her powerful voice, honed from years of performing without microphones on the vaudeville circuit, could shake the foundations of any venue. By June 1923, her hit, Downhearted Blues, had effectively become America's #1 song, even before official charts existed. Known as the Empress of Blues, Smith's personal life was as bold and unconventional as her music. While she married Jack G., an illiterate night watchman, in 1923, divorcing him in 1929, her relationships weren't confined by societal norms. Her close friendship with fellow blues legend Ma Rainey, who became both mentor and confidant, sparked rumors that went beyond professional admiration. Smith's journey began on the streets of Chattanooga, where she performed with her brother after losing both parents in her teens. By 1912, she had joined a traveling troupe featuring Ma Rainey, transforming from a chorus dancer into a headlining act. Her success with Columbia Records was unprecedented. She became the highest-paid black entertainer of her time, traveling in her own private train and living life on her own terms. Her powerful delivery and unapologetic approach to both music and life made her more than just a successful artist. She became a symbol of artistic freedom and personal authenticity in an era that tried to constrain both. Songs like Nobody's Business If I Do weren't just blues numbers, they were declarations of independence. Behind the powerful voice of the Empress of Blues lay a complex tapestry of relationships that defied the conventions of her time. Bessie Smith's marriage to Jack G. was tumultuous, marked by affairs on both sides. Many of Smith's romantic encounters were with women in her performing troupe, leading to frequent, heated confrontations. The final straw came when she discovered her husband's affair with another singer, leading to their separation. The Great Depression hit the recording industry hard, and Smith's career suffered alongside it. However, her resilient spirit led her to reinvent herself, transitioning into swing music. Tragically, this comeback was cut short by a fatal car accident. For decades, her final resting place remained unmarked until fellow artist Janis Joplin honored her legacy by purchasing a tombstone in 1970. Smith's identity transcended the rigid categories of her era, and even our modern labels. She wasn't strictly butch or feminine, gay or straight. While she might never have used the term bisexual to describe herself, her life embodied the fluidity we now associate with that identity. She lived authentically, refusing to be confined by society's expectations or labels. 5. Joan Armatrading, Breaking Barriers in British Rock. As Britain's first commercially successful black female singer-songwriter, Joan Armatrading carved out her own unique space in music history. Her career, spanning more than 4 decades, has been marked by extraordinary achievements: 18 studio albums, 3 Grammy nominations, an Ivor Novello Award, and an MBE in 2001. Her 1976 self-titled album marked a turning point, reaching Billboard's top 20 and producing the iconic Love and Affection. This song's enduring appeal has inspired countless covers, from mainstream artists like Sheena Easton to more pointed interpretations by lesbian bands like Two Nice Girls. The queer community, in particular, has long connected with Armatrading's gender-neutral lyrics about love, friendship, and redemption. Despite her groundbreaking success and the speculation surrounding her personal life, Armatrading, born in St. Kitts to Caribbean parents and raised in England's working-class neighborhoods, maintained a steadfast privacy about her personal life. Her artistry spoke volumes while she kept her private world carefully guarded, demonstrating that sometimes the most powerful statements are made through the music itself. 6. Billie Holiday, the voice that changed jazz forever. Before the term soul singer existed, Billie Holiday was already embodying its essence. Born on April 7, 1915, Lady Day, as she became known, would transform into one of jazz's most influential voices, her haunting melodies and raw, emotional delivery setting a new standard for vocal artistry. While the details of her early life remain shrouded in mystery, further complicated by her autobiography, Lady Sings the Blues, her impact on music is undeniable. Holiday's unique phrasing and ability to infuse every note with deep emotion revolutionized jazz vocals, inspiring generations of artists to come. Holiday's romantic life was as intricate as her musical arrangements. While her marriage to Jimmy Monroe, a known hustler, and relationship with guitarist Freddie Green made headlines, it was her connections with women that remained largely unexplored in official accounts. Perhaps most notable was her relationship with actress Tallulah Bankhead, a romance that burned bright in New York's underground scene but was deliberately omitted from Holiday's autobiography due to legal threats. The Prohibition era's relative freedom allowed for some expression of queer identity, particularly in the entertainment world, though most performers maintained public discretion. Like her mentor, Bessie Smith, Holiday navigated her sexuality with a complexity that defied era's rigid categories. While never explicitly addressing her queerness in performances, she masterfully embedded subtle signals in her art that resonated with LGBTQ+ audiences of the time. 7. Tracy Chapman, the Quiet Revolutionary. When Fast Car first echoed through radio speakers in 1988, Tracy Chapman's distinctively soulful voice captured the world's attention. Fresh from Tufts University and signed to Elektra Records, Chapman's self-titled debut album didn't just launch her career, it redefined what folk music could be. Her subsequent releases, including the powerful Give Me One Reason in 1995, continued to showcase her exceptional songwriting abilities and unique vocal style. But unlike many celebrities, Chapman chose to keep her personal life private, especially regarding her sexuality. This privacy didn't prevent her from becoming a powerful role model in the lesbian community. Her relationship with acclaimed author Alice Walker in the mid-1990s became public knowledge through Walker's own openness about their romance. Despite her reserved nature, Chapman's support for LGBTQ+ rights, AIDS research, and social justice causes spoke volumes about her commitments and values. As a multi-platinum, 4-time Grammy winner, Chapman proved that one could maintain personal privacy while still fighting for equality and justice. Her legacy extends beyond her musical achievements, demonstrating how an artist can affect change through both their art and their authentic way of being in the world. 8. Joan Jett, the enigmatic Queen of Rock. Joan Jett stands as one of rock's most accomplished musicians, crafting a signature sound that seamlessly blends punk and rock influences. Throughout her illustrious career, she's not only made headlines for her groundbreaking music, but also sparked endless speculation about her personal life. Her journey began in the 1970s when she co-founded The Runaways, a band that would quickly become a sensation. Her exceptional talents as both guitarist and vocalist, earned widespread recognition, setting the stage for what would become a legendary solo career. After the Runaways disbanded, Jett soared to new heights with iconic hits like I Love Rock and Roll and Bad Reputation, cementing her status as a true rock pioneer. For decades, Jett maintained a deliberate ambiguity about her sexuality, famously stating in a 1994 interview that she preferred to let people draw their own conclusions. This stance became increasingly intriguing when former bandmate Lita Ford's 2016 memoir, Living Like a Runaway, revealed that she had briefly left the Runaways upon discovering her bandmates, including Jett and Cherie Currie, were interested in women. In 2018, Jett made headlines again when she expressed surprise at an LGBT film festival's rejection of her documentary due to her undeclared sexuality. Her response was characteristically subtle yet pointed. She simply referenced her everyday necklace featuring female symbols and a matching tattoo on her lower back. These personal choices spoke volumes without explicit declaration. 9. Lucille Bogan, the bold voice of early blues. Long before the sexual revolution, Lucille Bogan was pushing boundaries with her provocative lyrics and unapologetic expression of sexuality. As one of the big three of blues alongside Ma Rainey and Bessie Smith, Bogan's contributions to music history were both groundbreaking and scandalous for her time. Recording under both her own name and the pseudonym Bessie Jackson, Bogan crafted songs that were remarkably explicit for the 1930s. Her track BD Women's Blues became particularly significant in queer history, with BD being code for Bull Dyke, a term used within the Black lesbian community. The song's bold declaration that BD women ain't going to need no men represented an unprecedented openness about lesbian identity in popular music. This frankness about sexuality and identity wasn't just shocking, it was revolutionary. In an era when such topics were strictly taboo, Bogan's music created a space for expression and recognition within the blues community, particularly for queer women of color. Her legacy lives on through countless blues and jazz musicians who continue to cover her songs, celebrating her fearless approach to authenticity in both music and identity. In her groundbreaking song, BD Women's Blues, Lucille Bogan masterfully captured both admiration and criticism for masculine-presenting women in the blues scene. Her lyrics boldly proclaimed, "Comin' a time BD women ain't going to need no men," and critiqued how these women treated their more feminine counterparts, calling it a low-down and dirty sin. Recording either for entertainment or as underground party records, Bogan's performances carried an air of spontaneity, often appearing to discover the provocative lyrics as she sang them. Her other masterpiece, BD Woman's Blues, took on the perspective of a masculine-presenting woman, celebrating their identity with lines like, "They got a head like a sweet angel, and they walk just like a natural man." 10. Janis Ian, from teen prodigy to LGBTQ plus icon. At just 14 years old, Janis Ian knew she would challenge America's status quo with her debut single Society's Child, Baby I've Been Thinking, in 1965. Following in the footsteps of folk legend Joan Baez, Ian fearlessly addressed interracial relationships in a divided nation, marking the beginning of her journey into exploring forbidden love through music. The song's impact was immediate and controversial. As it climbed to #14 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1967, Ian received death threats, and an Atlanta radio station was allegedly set ablaze for playing it. Despite the backlash, prominent figures like Leonard Bernstein championed her cause, featuring her on his show Inside Pop, The Rock Revolution. Her greatest triumph came in 1975 with At 17, a powerful anthem for outsiders that reached #1 on the charts. The following year, she claimed Grammy Gold for Best Pop Vocal Performance, beating out industry titans like Linda Ronstadt and Olivia Newton-John. Though her commercial success in the U.S. charts waned after At 17, Ian continued writing and collaborating, with her songs being covered by artists from Amy Grant to Bette Midler. While Ian didn't identify as a lesbian during her early career, Her journey to authenticity was marked by significant milestones. After her marriage to Portuguese filmmaker Tino Sargo ended in 1983 amid allegations of abuse, she found love with Patricia Snyder in Nashville in 1989. Finally, in 1993, Ian came out publicly with the release of her album, Breaking Silence, adding another chapter to her legacy of breaking barriers and speaking truth through music. In 2003, Janis Ian's journey reached a beautiful milestone when she married her longtime partner, Patricia Snyder, in a ceremony that perfectly reflected her boundary-breaking spirit. Among the distinguished guests was none other than Game of Thrones author George R.R. Martin, who served as one of the best men, adding a touch of literary magic to this musical celebration. The union brought more than just marital joy. It expanded Ian's family to include a stepdaughter and 2 grandchildren, proving that love knows no boundaries. This personal fulfillment paralleled her continued artistic evolution as she ventured into new creative territories beyond music. In the 1990s, Ian's voice found new resonance through her contributions to The Advocate magazine, where she shared her perspectives on music, identity, and social justice. Her transition into science fiction writing showcased her versatile creativity, proving that artists need not be confined to a single medium of expression. Today, Janis Ian's legacy stands as a testament to the power of authenticity, whether through groundbreaking music, thought-provoking writing, or living one's truth openly and proudly. Her journey from teenage prodigy to respected artist and LGBTQ+ icon continues to inspire new generations of musicians and activists. From Sister Rosetta Tharpe to Janis Ian, these remarkable women didn't just make music, they made history. Their courage to live authentically despite the odds has paved the way for future generations. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep celebrating these hidden legends. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed uncovering these hidden truths, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more jaw-dropping content. Check out our other videos for more incredible music stories and hidden histories. See you next time.